Hey, Selamati, welcome to YouTube Conversations. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, I'm great, man. I'm great. I really appreciate you giving me the time to interview you, and let's get into it. So, how old are you?
I'm 32 years of age.
Okay, 32 years young, right?
Yes, sir.
And where did you grow up at?
Say that one more time.
Where did you grow up at?
I grew up in a nice, beautiful suburban area called Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York.
I'm very familiar with Brooklyn. You are not describing it correctly. I grew up in Crown Heights, but I definitely know about Brownsville. So you grew up kind of in a middle class or below?
um, Lower class,
Lower class, right? Okay.
projects, Glenmore Plaza, Picking and Christopher, 108. That's where I'm from.
Got it. Because I think now the way it is that Brownsville, most of Brooklyn is really broken up. You have a really bad area, including Brownsville, and like the one block over, it's nothing like that, you know. So
Yeah.
so was you raised with both parents?
Um, so I was raised with both parents in the
Okay.
home. My actual father is my stepfather.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah. Blood couldn't make us closer. He's
Hmm.
been there since I was a baby. He's still here now. Love him to death. Shout out to my pops. Love you, Dad.
So that brings an interesting point. Is that I know during I guess you call it the red pill, the black communities is really talking against stepfathers, right? Like, if you meet a woman, she has to have no kids, make your own family. But now even with me, I had a stepfather, and that's really made an impact on my life. When I was outside, he actually stepped in to intervene for me doing things right that I shouldn't
Right.
have been doing. So it's interesting you say that because I'm pretty sure you hear about it, right? Like, when you meet a woman
Absolutely.
and she don't have no
Absolutely. It's
kids.
all in my comments. Oh, I bet you he was raised by a single mother. I bet you this. I bet you that. And it's like what they really don't know is it's like I view situations with women differently, more so because I grew up in a house full of them. I got four sisters. So whether there's a man in the home or not, there's going to be a strong feminine influence. You get what I'm saying? And growing up as a young man in Brownsville, Brooklyn, and growing up with all sisters, like sometimes you got to fight every night. So a lot of people don't understand that, and it takes a different type of man to navigate through a bunch of feminine energy in the house early. There's a lot of influence there that you gotta, you know, separate yourself from if you want to, you know what I mean. But yeah, and I feel like I just have a different and interesting view on things, and I feel like there's a lot of guys out there. There's guys out there that don't have sisters. There's guys out there that have their actual birth father and their mother in the home, and they still feel the same way. So I just want to show people that the narrative ain't always what they just pushing.
No, absolutely. So, speaking on that topic, now the reason why I'm sticking on this a little bit is because you said that, and right now, stepfathers are being downplayed really bad.
Of
Really
course.
bad for the work that they're doing. And is so you was raised with your stepfather, even though you was poor. Your next door neighbor was probably poor, right? But you have friends and family. I mean, friends, even maybe family. I grew up with no man in the household, right? Is there a difference between stepfather or father, just raised with just a single mother?
Um, there's definitely a difference. Of course, there's definitely a difference with any dynamic. There's a difference. There's a difference sometimes when there's no mother there. It's just a man there. I feel like the difference is always the love balance. You feel me? I feel whenever you're just, if I had a lot of friends that didn't have any father figure around, just their mother, so they didn't know, how to control that masculine rage. A lot of people put the narrative out that, oh, men without fathers are feminine, or they, all this other stuff. Now this red pill simp thing, now they're associating men that grew up with single mothers in that category. And the crazy thing is, it's like some of the strongest men I know only had their mother. You know, I know some men out there that didn't have a mother or a father. They had a foster aunt or, you know, foster care and live with sisters and brothers that aren't all related and none of them like each other and they got abused every day. And now they're thriving, you know, multiple cars, married, children, investments. And, you know, it's funny. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because when you come from a certain type of struggle where most people never been at, you've experienced struggles at their level, you experience struggles at the lower level because you got to get to their level, then get above that level. That's what they don't understand. Some of them are still stuck at this level. They're on YouTube, they're looking at videos, it's telling them how to talk to a woman, how you should treat a woman, what a woman is worth. But the only time they want to take that advice is if a guy is giving it or it's a very attractive woman. You know what I'm saying? Like any other type, it ain't happening. You know, like I'm all due respect to the women gurus and things like that, but we got to understand that even with them, they're speaking from their view. Not all women think like her. You know, not all men think like him, and that's what I'm just trying to do. You know, I play the middle. You know, and it's cool. They could joke about single mothers and all this other stuff. You know why? I used to in my own ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't understand the importance, the job that my mom's had sometimes when my pops wasn't there, you know? So he drove trucks sometimes, so he'll be gone for a minute. He owned a barber shop, so he'll be busy. He was a CEO. So, you know, a lot of people don't know the real narrative of things. You know, they think that you grew up with a mother with a crack pipe in her mouth. Your father beat her. He left. You were sitting on the floor as a baby eating saltine and crackers. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't that, you know, and it ain't that. I grew up in one of the roughest parts of Brooklyn, and I can actually say, even though I grew up rough, I had a beautiful childhood. You feel me? So I feel like everybody just need love. Niggas just need a hug. That's it.
You know, I'm actually, you know, because you told me you grew up in Brooklyn, you're around 32 years old. I'm actually surprised, and it's sad to say you even here right now. I think that's a huge people that's not from Brownsville, they have no idea what you're talking about. I mean,
absolutely.
I grew up in Crown Heights, where it's really bad, but
it's
Brownsville
crazy
is a different. It's a third world country, especially at that time. Is rough. You know, cops used to go over there and they run out. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, like you were saying about, you know, the red pill community, they have all these rules and I watched one of your videos. I think you posted today when it's supposed gurus and they know all these things about what all of a sudden they know all these things about women still living with their mother, you know, which I don't have nothing against. If you're trying to do what you gotta do,
not at all.
But you can't, you know. But now all of a sudden you're a guru and so forth, unless she's a 10, right? They give all these rules unless she's a 10, unless she's a 10.
She's gotta be a 10.
Yeah, if she's a 10, then you can do all these things. Then she's an exception to the rule.
Right.
You know, but I think really what it is that what do you think about as far as because I've dated you know, within my community and I've had it just didn't turn out well. I think it's really because of the environment. We both grew up, you know, we're both in a bad environment. So we both have those behavior issues and whatever so what do you think about the men that are saying things like don't date a black woman or don't think a single mother, don't date a single mother? Don't you think it really depends on where you meet them at? For instance, not all, but you probably get a better chance of meeting a woman in a church, right, versus the club. They're both black, both single mothers, right? But you'll probably get a better outcome depending on where you meet them. Let me ask you. So that was your childhood growing up. Why YouTube? Why did you start a YouTube channel?
Yo, I started YouTube because I was bored. I'm just being honest. Like I'm a rapper, you know. I don't like saying rapper because Kanye said when you say rapper, they say musician. I'm an artist. So I just love to create. I love to create. I talk a lot. I don't talk to a lot of people, but I talk a lot when I do. You know, I have a lot of opinions on things, and I feel like a lot of my opinions kind of go against the grain a little bit, and these are my honest opinions. I'm not trying to go viral. I ain't trying to. Now
Mm.
I'm trying to get some numbers, but
Okay.
that's not the purpose behind the things that I'm saying. And I think people are thinking I'm fueled by, you know, numbers and things like that. What they got to understand is before that video was uploaded, it had 0 views. You know, so it's
Yeah.
like, and then I have moral conversations with myself all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like all the time. I'm like, damn, I watch a video back. I'm like, damn, it's doing good, but I could have said this better. This came off a little bit. You know, like I do think about these things. You know, I think about what if it get back to Sunday, he feel like, you know, I'm trying to violate. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't that. It's just, you know, I have a very strong opposing view, you know, on the way he handles conversations with women in general. Like, I feel it's making a lot of men too comfortable with their mouth. Even me, because I'm a product of it. Like, I'm speaking on it because I'm red pill this, I'm red pill that, I'm red pill that, and I still got my faults. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of shit I got to work on. I got a lot of shit I got to get right. You know, and it's just like all of us do. And like, why is the focus not that? Your purpose. Like, what happened to the purpose? What happened to the dreams? What happened to the goals? Now it's just, let's see who better. I like we better than them. You know what I'm saying? This is everything that's wrong with them, and they on this side. This is everything that's wrong with them, and it's just like, come on, dog. You know, so it's like that's why I feel like it's necessary for me to, you know, speak out on certain things like this, because I'm, you know, I'm an artist. I talk on record, so why not talk on YouTube? You know, and you know, in a more simpler term, in a realer term, so people could really get to know who I am. These are my real opinions. These ain't for numbers, none of that. You know what I'm saying? And even some of my opinions, my homeboys may not agree. I just talked to my homeboy on the phone. He's like, "Yo, son, I think you could have." I kind of seemed like you, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he's like, "Yo, I respect it though." You know, because you said your shit, you got it off, and you keep going. So you're like, "Oh, keep going." So, you know, it's just one of those things. It's the Brooklyn in me. You know what I'm saying?
But that's one of the things that he called you though. So guess what he did? He watched it.
Oh, wow.
Right? So he watched it. Now, you got that attention from him, right? Not based off of you re-uploading a video, right? Which is so easy to do. Re-uploading a video. No, it's your own content. It's your thought process. That's how you think, right? So for him to call you and say, "Hey, listen, I think," does he do YouTube as well?
Who, my boy?
Yeah.
No, he's thinking about it.
Exactly. He don't. It's, you're always like, if you start a business, you always have the people who they don't have their own business or trying to start their own business. They have an opinion. Now they have an opinion, it can really help out. But now it's not that they're hating. It's not hate all the time.
Right.
They just they're not in the situation to understand why you did it like that. They're not in the situation. So the fact that he even called you, because a lot of people could just even this interview, I gotta have people just say, "Hey, listen, I watched it, great." But now if one of my friends call me and say, "Hey, listen," and they angry with me, or say I got their attention.
Right.
It worked out.
Right.
Off of authentic, you know. So that's as far as,
you know what's so crazy about that? I'm thinking right now, like, I don't watch so many videos on YouTube before I started going to YouTube, and I'm just sitting there like, yo, this nigga, he a simp, or he, you know what I mean? I'm going that. I'm like, oh, they clickbaiting, this and the third, this shit corny, like they corny. And then it's like when you actually start doing the videos, you know, it's like, you see what works, you see how it works. It's like, it's the way our minds are programmed now. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's the way the minds are programmed. In order to get certain messages out there, I noticed that you got to say something to get the right person upset. You know, the person that need to hear the message, because I might change your mind. You know what I'm saying? They might change my mind. They might write something in the comments that might change my whole shit. You know, that's what this is for. I'm not teaching nobody. I'm learning, you know, so I'm learning. I'm new to this. I might say some stupid shit every once in a while. That's all part of the process, you know, but I'm a man at the end of the day. You know, if there was ever something that I said that may have offended someone, I'm quick to give sincere apologies, but you know, my opinions are my opinions, and I stand by those. And you know, but if it ever came to that point, you know, I would definitely, you know, because I'm all about peace, love, and
Yeah.
prosperity. Like for real, that is the most alpha shit
Yeah, I
ever.
say out of the so-called YouTube beef, I don't do it.
Nah, hell
I
no.
don't do it. I don't do it. I don't. You won't catch me doing it. You know, you'll never
Right.
catch me. Let me
It
also.
ain't, and it's too much going on. You know, it's like
Well,
it's too
this
much
is my
going on. It's
image.
like I remember people used to say things about me, and I was very sensitive, quick to react. You know, and it's just like now it's like I done seen so many things in my comments so far because I'm new to this YouTube. I ain't know it get crazy like that. I ain't know people get that disrespect. I'm like, wow. I've read it in other people's comments, but when it's in yours now, it's like, whoa. This what you want to do? You sure?
And it's like
You
you
know what I'm
read it,
saying?
and
Man up,
maybe
nigga, because I'm sitting
sometimes
there ready
I
to die. You know, I'm just
participated
like, yo,
in
I
doing
gotta
that.
remember.
Mm.
You know, so you know, it's all a learning process.
What do you think about? I was just thinking about, you know, one of the bigger YouTubers, I guess, in the black community, not necessarily black community, but most of the audience is black. Obviously, is Kevin Samuels, right? Hey
Right.
man, he's doing his thing. You know,
Absolutely.
I mean, it'd be like
He killing it.
20,000 viewers. I think what's happening with Kevin Samuels is that the women that go on there, they're getting ridiculed, right? But this is the thing. He talks about a high value man,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's a different category. I think what's happening is that
Absolutely.
he has a channel for high value men,
Right.
right? And the woman that's calling there, they're saying high value, but a lot of the time they describe they call him the wrong channel. They call him the wrong person because he's talking about for men that makes supposedly it came out Kevin Samuels makes over 600,000 a year, right? The woman that calls up, they don't really qualify for that. So I think a lot of the bashing comes from those women calling up and they're giving their authentic, whether it's right or wrong,
Right.
they're
Right.
saying the truth, right?
Right. They not holding no bars. They be sometimes I'm like, oh, you know
Sometimes,
what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
shorty, you bugging. But you know, it's like at the end, and you made a great point. You know, he's doing it for like, you know, he say high class men or whatever. But he just became one himself
Recently.
He's been talking for them. And now he just became one. Hats off to him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Congratulated. That's a blessing. You know, but we got to keep it real. Like, we got to keep it real. Like, bro, he wasn't the man that he was disqualifying all these women for. If we being real, like, you know what I'm saying? The same men that he's describing the 1%, he's still not in the 1%.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's still not in the 1%. You got to get past millions to get in the 1%. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I don't think he. I don't know, man.
Let me ask you, what do you think about the woman? Because it's obvious the message is not getting through, right? So if he spoke to 1,000 women, maybe 15 actually get it, but like, you know, they still call them with the bonnets on, so forth, right? What do you think there's another way? And talking soft to them is not gonna solve the issues, right? What do you think? Because the message is good. I think the message he gives is good, right? But it's not getting. At the end of the day, the men are still out here have to choose that. Those type of, they're not changing. So what do you think about that?
I think.
Is there a different way that it can actually get through? Because it's entertaining with Kevin Samuels, but it's not
Yeah,
working.
no, he's getting through. Like, he has the right strategy. Absolutely. You know, but it's just he goes overboard, you know? And it goes from a debate, an analyzation, a breakdown to straight humiliation. You know what I'm saying? That's what bring the views.
Yeah,
it ain't the realness. It ain't the realness. It's the humiliation. That's what I like so much about it. Like, I had to keep it real. Then I had to. I'm like, nah. After a while, I ain't feel right laughing at some of that shit because I'm like, shorty knows she dead wrong for coming up there, but that still don't give him the right. And everybody like, yo, she came up there. She came up there. She came up there. She came up there. It's like it's certain things that you can't do on regular syndicate TV. They're not having that. The host can't do that to the guests, you know. And it's just like, I feel like just certain things are tasteless. Like I saw a video when he was in, you know, a gray, you know, coupe. I think it was probably like a Corvette or some shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, Big Shirley can't get in that. Big Shirley can't get in that. And all these cornballs in the comments. Like, that's not funny. That's tasteless.
Well, I understand why he does that, because a lot of the women, they call him gay, right? The big woman.
Absolutely.
A lot, you know. So that's his personal thing he's doing. But like in the comment section, I think that, like, that's why I said the message is not getting through.
But you know what's so crazy,
it's giving
bro?
A lot of these guys,
all the women that's calling him, and I'm not calling him this, like I'm not going, but I'm just saying, all the women that's calling him gay, they not all big. Some of them bad. Some of them, like, bro, like, some of the women that he's saying that these women not, it's some real tens out here calling him that, you know. So I think he just like, he know how to pick his little litter and bunch of people to pick at. Bigger women are easy to pick at for a lot of these cornballs, you know. So it's like, come on, bro. Even if that ain't your preference, just you know what I'm saying? You on the high horse. You control the show. This your shit. This the Kevin Samuels show. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta drop down to a woman's level. You know what I'm saying? When your whole thing is being a high value man, like I don't understand that. Like
that's one of the points I was making, is that the message getting through, but it can get through a lot more. So, but also is sending a lot of the men the wrong message, because like you said, a lot of the guys that don't qualify to even say anything, they're in the comments, right? So a lot of the guys are getting, you know, a lot of this amount of courage, or this amount of, you know. So I don't know, man, you know. But let me ask you about your YouTube channel, right? So when you think about the time when you first uploaded your first video, right, was you nervous before even recording? Like, how did I go?
Well, my first video was some shit that wasn't even like for YouTube. It was for Team Backpack. I'm not sure if you remember Team Backpack, but I did a freestyle for Team Backpack, and I uploaded it to YouTube just so I could submit for the cipher. Got into the cipher, but that's what it was for. And that was like my first YouTube video, like that I ever like consciously uploaded. I uploaded shit. You gotta say, my homeboy that uploaded shit when we was recording, rapping in the crib, but I never like created a channel at that point. So I created a channel. The name was definitely different at the time, you know, and I still have that channel, you know. And I uploaded a video of me, you know, rapping at the mic, faking it, because I got the track in the background playing the whole time, you know. But it worked and it hit. That was like my first video, and I wasn't nervous, but I didn't get nervous until I started doing like my current videos. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when I felt it, when they started getting attention, and I noticed I'm not just talking to my camera anymore. People are actually listening and watching, and people have opposing views, and you know, it's like all these things. It's like, damn, you know, and it's like, damn, I'm jumping into YouTube, man. And it's like, even like my content of the things I spoke on, like with Kevin Samuels and things, those things are that's just now. You feel me? Like, that's just now. That was a quick observation. You know, I feel like we are in the Kevin Samuels era, as I said in my last video, and that's a beautiful thing. Now I'm like, that's a beautiful thing for someone to even consider you to have an era. There's a lot of dudes on YouTube talking about women, but come on, let's keep it real. Like, he one of the first that actually got them up there talking. You know what I'm saying? And he knew how to will them in. You feel me? But what a lot of these men that follow him don't understand is, you ain't even him. I'm not him. You feel me? So it's like, it's like we all gotta take a step back and take it for what it is. He do drop gems for sure. He has a lot of wisdom for sure. That's why I feel like sometimes he need to like chill out a little bit, because it's like some of these women that come up there, you could tell they kind of young. You feel me? So it's you know why they think the way they think. They young, you know. So it's like then you got something that's just downright, and it's just like, yeah, they deserved it, you know. But it's just certain things that I just feel like is a little bit overboard, like the slapping effects and the cursing them out and things like that. It's like I'm a man. I've I cursed out women before, got super emotional, and it felt like shit after because I felt like that was totally out of character of me. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with, oh, I'm a man and fuck that. This is how we. Nah, it ain't got nothing. It's just me knowing as a human being how I want to treat people and how I want to be treated. Like facts. Like a lot of men out there don't want to treat women like humans, but they want somebody to be by their side for the rest of their life. It's not gonna happen.
What do you think about the channels that what do you think about the channels that give a good message, right? They give a good message and there's no drama, great message, no views.
I feel like that shit sucks.
So with the YouTube, especially with the black YouTube, when I say black YouTube, any YouTube channel has a lot of predominantly a black audience, mainly. If there's no drama involved, you ain't getting no views.
You ain't getting no views.
If so I think there's some other channels that are kind of changing that dynamic. Like one of the channel Lapeef Network, he has they have something where it's called King's Talk, I think on Tuesdays, where it's like the 50-year-olds men are on there, the older men, So hopefully that would change. Now, are you familiar with the Will Smith situation with him and his wife? The allegations, whatever.
Oh, like Tupac and all that?
It's a lot.
R.I.P. to Pac, man. Love you, Pac. Like that's one of my favorite rappers.
Now, man.
But
Evans, but right.
That I ain't gonna lie. That's that whole situation. Like I'm fans of all of them, but I don't know. It's kind of spooky.
It's like something else is coming out. But let me ask you, what do you think? Do you think Will Smith would have handled Jada Pinkett the same way if he wasn't Will Smith? If he wasn't famous? Yeah, his response to her cheating, her talking, just other stuff that came out in the media about maybe his sex is not great, supposedly. Do you think he would have handled her the same way if he was, PA Will Smith back in the day, not famous?
I think PA Will Smith probably wouldn't even been around her for that shit to even be going on. Like he would have peeped that. But this is like older Will Smith. This is millions in. This is somebody he been with for years. He been through it, and like, you know what I'm saying? It's so much shit that we don't even know that's going on.
Yeah.
There's so many dynamics, and we only know what the media is gonna say or what they saying at the whatever the table talk. I don't know what's going on. Like I don't, but I just know that it's like I truly think that if it was somebody else, like I can't think for nobody because some niggas out here be crazy, but
you know what I also think? I also think that people are forgetting he's an actor.
Absolutely.
He's a top actor. She's an actress too.
Actor asshole.
The son is an actor.
Yep.
Right? So I think everyone's forgetting those are actors, man. This is entertainment. So a lot of the stuff I hear in the media, I'm really learning, man, it's entertainment. Unless it's happened in my household, it's entertainment. So let me also ask you, so you're coming out with your own clothing line, right?
Yeah, I actually dropped it in the summer of 2019.
Okay.
I dropped it in the summer of 2019. It's called Good Evening New York. I dropped the Champion shirts first. I actually got some back then. But I dropped the Champion. I did it like it was a collaboration with Champion and me.
Okay.
Great quality shirts. Had the Crest Moon and Good Evening New York on the back. Now I got some new shit coming out. It's gonna most likely come out in the spring. I was planning on doing the winter collection, but it's like with this whole COVID thing, everything's been slow.
Okay.
Trying to get the same type of bulk that I used to get when I was in New York out here in Texas. It's a little bit different. It's more pricier,
I know one thing that you did speak about on your channel is that you believe that the guys from the red pill community are not really red pill, they're just hurt.
Yeah, because the thing is, when I was watching red pill videos, I still do some of them, you know what I'm saying? Because they be dropping real game with them shits. Like, it's not wrong with them. I'm just pointing out some of the problems, you know, and the problem ain't, you know what I'm saying, the game that's given. The problem is how it's being given and how it's being received. You know, it's like, no, not even received, how it's being conceived and how it's being put back out. You know, it's like, it's not too many people that's watching these videos and really applying these things to their life. They only thinking about the woman aspect of it. That's why if you see like a lot of red pill videos, like the most views is always going to be something with a woman, you know, how to do this and what happens, women tendencies and things like that. The things when they talk about money and purpose and shit like that, those usually have the least views. You know, like those usually like, they don't want to hear that. They want to know how to game these women. And my whole thing is, whenever you got to come to YouTube to learn certain things like that, like, you're not red pill, bro. Like, that's not you. You're not there. Even if you might be one day, but you ain't there. You know, when you like, you ain't there. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of us ain't really there. You know what I'm saying? Majority of us ain't really there. If we want to talk about the real definition of a red pill, the real definition of a red pill, like a lot of these men really don't want to be. They want to love somebody. Like, trust me. Like, they want to be loved. They don't want to be old talking about some, yeah, I'm going back out to mess with my Wednesday. Like, nigga, at a point, you're going to get too old for that. And that's what I feel like. It's a lot of men my age and older that's way too old for this shit. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, and you know the way it is with you know, you got people like Bill Cosby, other people, they're coming out with allegations 20 years ago.
Right.
So if you messing around with a whole bunch of women, maybe right now you don't have it, but a few years from now you will. And you got girls that talking about you was in junior high school coming out saying you touched them and you're losing everything. And how does that happen? That happens from, for the most part, dating someone too young, right? A lot of the allegations come from very, very young women, right? And just out there, man, just out there, you know,
just out there wilding, you know, just out there wilding. And it's like, just, yo, that was a perfect point you brought up, because that's where I feel like a lot of this red pill thing could lead a lot of us to destruction. You know what I'm saying? It's like, now you just thinking about, you know what I'm saying? You got all types of fetishes you never had before. Now you trying to use this game on women, and you're looking for more, and you're looking for more, and then it worked once, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, bro. Like, I had a lot of men in my comments talk about what the Bible says, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Bible said, be fruitful, you know, and it's like, mean that in every sense, be fruitful in every way. We're not talking about multiple this, multiple that, multiple. You just need what's necessary. It's a reason why life got to be like that. Everybody we see that try to overdo it, like, you always crash. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to save niggas from destruction. You feel me? Because I destructed and revived plenty of times, you know, because I'm thinking, yeah, you know, I'm the man. It's like, it's not what they think. You know what I'm saying? And these videos are popping up under Roblox videos now. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, somebody, little 5-year-old kid is seeing this now. You know what I mean? Yeah. You can see his mom, cook me something. You're a single mom. You know what I'm saying? Where you learn that from? You feel me? So it's like, it could get real dangerous. That's what people don't understand. And I feel like, as Black folk, I feel like people of color, whether you're Hispanic, Asian, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's certain crowds of people you don't see have certain conversations in front of the whole world. And when you do see that, it's a big thing. It's so-and-so breaking news. With us, it's every day. This is just YouTube. This is just World Star. This is just BET. This is just, you know what I'm saying? It's like, we got to stop that. You know, like, we really got to stop that. I feel like a lot of these problems, words are spells, words are power. So if you believe something, if you say it, it's going to really happen. You're really going to attract these type of women that you say is out here. Like, it's going to seem like I've done it. Like, I fell in that trap. Like, I'm like, oh, these bitches the same. And, you know, and it's just like, that's all I was meeting, the ones that was all the same. And then when I kind of elevated out of that, it kind of fell back from all that and focused more on my purpose and what I got to do. A whole nother ball game. You know what I'm saying?
They feel right. Yeah, they come right to you. A lot of the red pill now, you know, a lot of the red pill, a lot of it now is mainly just about getting laid. It's not really about the red pill. You know, the red pill not being a simp. Like when the word "not being a simp" came out, as far as when I first heard it, um, it stuck to me because like, man, that was, you know, I was doing that. You know, going on these pointless dates, paying for dinner that it didn't lead anywhere. Now, um, what do you think about when you hear now? It's a lot. A lot of men are saying don't pay for the first date. Do you hear about that or?
Yeah, I hear about that all the time. I'm like, at the end of the day, if you talking about some don't pay for the first date, don't ask for a first date, my man. You feel me? Because one thing about me is, this is what they don't know. They think I'm simply. If a woman asks me on a date, she gotta pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's plain and simple. But I'm just saying in general, if a woman was to ever ask me on a date, she would have to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? And then, but when we get there, you know, like, I'm a gentleman at heart. As soon as I see her lift that wallet, I'm just gonna see if she really bought it. Then I handle it. You know what I'm saying? It's just the thought that matters. But at the end of the day, if you can't afford it, the best thing you could do is let her know. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, shorty, I ain't got it. This and that. You'll be surprised. Like, you'll be surprised. You know, she genuinely mess with you. But a lot of men, like, I used to do it all the time. I used to shoot myself in the foot all the time because my ego, I ain't know what was going on. You know, scared to tell a woman it's real. Like, I ain't getting paid till Friday. She want to go out Thursday. You know what I'm saying? I got to pay rent. And, you know what I mean? Like, things is building up. Yo, I ain't got it. What?
Just like the guys that
you got it. You feel
just
me?
like the guys that really don't got it. The ones that came out of prison, so they be flat out honest and they get the world.
Right. That's why a lot of dudes be like, oh, these dudes is bums. These dudes is bums. A lot of these dudes is bums, but at the same time, a lot of these dudes just tell the truth. And that's all they wanted was a nigga that just tell the truth. Yeah, he might be this, he might be that, but she know what he doing. She know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just what it be. It's like a lot of men want to be, you know, you want to be alpha, you want to be red pill, you want to be this, you want to be that, but then you want to have the baddest chick in the world. Nigga, the baddest chick in the world ain't settling for none of that shit. She can rewrite through that. That's what make her what she is, bad. You feel me? That's what makes her a 10. You know what I mean? It ain't just the looks. You know what I'm saying? A 10 ain't a woman that just want to stay home and be a wife. That's not a 10. A 10 is a woman that's going to get some money. You know what I'm saying? Because if you fall down, she got you. You know what I'm saying? She fall like you got it. Like, come on, man. Like, we got some of the smartest women on earth, and we trying to, you know, hold them back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and degrade them. You know, yeah, man. So, what is your message to your subscribers at your YouTube channel and overall? Right, you come up with different topics. I know that starting on Fridays, right? You're doing was it combat sports or
the fight nights. So originally, I started off like uploading the fight videos and things like that. And honestly, I slowed down because I ain't have my fire stick no more, so I couldn't watch his rich fights. But you know, not only that, it was just I wasn't fully dedicated to YouTube at that time. I was just doing it because I really enjoyed the fights and the fighters that I was watching at the time. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know, let me just do a reaction video. Everybody else doing reaction videos. I was just honestly following the crowd, and people actually liked it because, you know, I was just being me. Like, honestly, I wasn't trying to copy nobody, anything, and I'm trying to keep things out of some of my favorite YouTubers. Their phrases. It's hard to not, like, you know, when you're so programmed to listening to it. You used to people intros. You used to how they got their mannerisms. So it's like rap music, you know. When you first start rapping, you typically start rapping like your favorite rapper, and then you eventually got to grow out of that. So that's how, you know, YouTube is. You know what I'm saying? It's like
so they can expect you every Friday or
so I upload daily. So I'm gonna be uploaded for 365 days. Right now, I got 361
They're gonna hold you accountable
left.
to that, man.
What you said?
They're gonna hold you accountable to that.
Huh?
They're gonna hold you accountable.
Yeah, I love it. But every day there's gonna be. Today I did 2 videos. So,
yeah,
365 days. This whole year. And that's just what I'm shooting for. Once I hit 1K, I was like, oh, if I hit 1K, I'm doing that. And I want to overflow like with content because I want people to see, like, that's just the attention I grab. That's the grasp of my channel. You know, it's like when you look at the fight videos, you see 2 or 3 of them, then you see those numbers, and you're like, oh, this is a fight channel. But then you get into the Kevin Samuels and the woman that don't appreciate shit and this, and you're like, oh, this is no, these are just my opinions by chapters. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I have different moods. I'm a human being. I can't stick myself to like, you know, and even though they say, you know, the algorithm, you want to stick to one niche, like, nah, like I'm a fan of pages like Abba and Preach and things like that. Like they talk about everything, you know, and they're doing extremely well. They're doing exactly what most people who say could fuck up your algorithm, you know, and it's not about the money. It's about, you know, actually getting your piece off. Like, you know, of course, I want to live sustainable off of YouTube. I don't want to have to clock into work and worry about somebody, you know, getting in my head at work. And of course, but at the end of the day, it's like, if I don't do it for the love, I'm not going to last. That 365 is not going to happen, you know? So, you know, it's one of those things.
Yeah. So let me, I want to touch a topic, right? So defund police, right? The defunding police. If the defunding police didn't happen, we probably won't be having the issue with Kyle Rittenhouse because they would have took care of that issue beforehand. Now, obviously, there are bad cops out there, but you was recently stopped by a cop, right? Driving?
Yes, sir.
And your demeanor equaled, not in every case, right? But your demeanor, your mannerism, your behavior equaled the result, right? Can you speak on that a little bit?
Yeah, so you talk about what
I watch your channel, man.
Pull me over.
I watch your channel.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you, brother. Like I appreciate you for real.
Yeah. So cops pulled you over what, 2 days ago? Yesterday?
Yeah. So it was actually 2 days ago. Yeah, because I made the video yesterday, so I did it the next lunch break because I shoot videos every lunch break. So I was actually coming home from the dealership. I had their loaner car, so I went to get my car, and then they're pulling out. You know, they just wash the car, so they want to make the car look high for you, so you can come back. You know, so they got the lights beaming. I'm like, oh, my car ain't never been this bright, and my dumb ass ain't even realize they got the high beams on. So, because it's all dark and they're closing, so they had to see to get out. I didn't realize that, so I jump in the car, pull off. I get like 2 miles from home, you know. Moving. I think the speed limit was like 55. I'm hitting like 65. I see a cop like half a mile up, so I slow down. You know, I'm making sure I'm hitting like 50 now. I don't want to go too slow. I don't want to go too fast. You know, they pull out. You know, and now we're like this. Like I'm on this side. It's only a 2-lane road. I'm on this side. The cop is on this side. You know, we're both going. There's a truck in front of me. I got to slow down. The cop keep going. I get behind the cop to go past the truck. I get in front of the truck now. Me and the cops same level, but then they slow down. Then they come behind me, and I'm just like, oh man, the lights come on. Then I get pulled over. I'm nervous as hell. You know what I'm saying? But my whole demeanor is like, you know, I was kind of like exaggerating, like, because I want you to feel like how I felt, but I wasn't really showing that, you know. But I was sitting in the car and I'm just like, you know, chilling. This and that, but my heart's like, boom, 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 because I'm just like, it's late. I'm in Texas. I don't know what's gonna happen, and I got a, you know, weapon in my car. So I'm from New York. I'm not used to having weapons on me and cops coming up to me like, you know, New York, you're going straight to right, because then you're going on top. So I'm like, oh man, I'm nervous. That's what I'm really nervous about. So she gets on the loudspeaker with this big, bold voice. Do you know why I'm pulling you over today? And I look out the window. I'm like, no, I do not. Turn your lights off. I turn my lights off. I pulled up. You pulled up behind me, and you're blocking the whole block. I started dying. I'm like, oh man. But then I'm laughing, but at the same time, I'm like, all right, for this cop to say it like that, they probably cool, but they probably dead serious. I'm in Texas and I'm playing around. So I see the silhouette walking from my driving mirror, and I'm like, oh shit, here they come. I look up, and it's a beautiful black woman. I'm not even gonna hold you. And she's a whole sheriff, bro. Like, and I'm just like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And she looking at me like, nigga, calm down. Like, ain't nothing gonna happen. But she understood, you feel me? Like, she kind of told me that in a sense. She was like, do you got anything in the car I should know about? I was like, I'm scared to tell her I got it. She was like, you got a gun, right? I was like, yeah. She's like, just leave your hands where they are. She's like, you can move around right here. Just leave the gun there. I was like, all right, cool. She went back, ran my ID, told me to flip my lights down, and then I spent off. I just wasn't used to that type of interaction because I'm used to getting stopped by cops and shit like that. But it's just like, at that time, I'm like, I got my work badge on. I got, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck did I do? And I did not know that them lights were on. It was like the dumbest thing ever. She was even laughing at me. So that was like an experience that I felt like it didn't have any crazy, well, in my mind, it had a crazy twist because I felt that real fear of you don't know what's going to happen. It's like 10 o'clock at night. It's pitch black. We in the middle of nowhere. But, you know, it's like it turned out to, you know.
What do you think? Do you think it would turn out? Do you think it would turn out the same way if you if your behavior was different?
Hell yeah.
Aggressive?
Definitely. Black woman, cop, nothing. And then, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it don't matter. It's like, if I would have acted aggressively, like, that would have caused some suspicion. And in Texas, mostly everybody got a gun. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you acting crazy. And I know most likely you probably got a weapon in it. Like, nah, and I got 10. You feel me? So it's like,
oh, got it. Okay.
Nah, I'm acting right, like, all the time. You feel me? I actually got some footage of when I got pulled over by a very interesting cop, you know, and he said some things that was interesting, and I'm just, I'm gonna upload it in a while.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it some time, but I'm gonna definitely upload it in a while.
Was it a positive experience?
That's when I'm gonna start getting into that type of content and speaking on those things. That's what people are gonna realize about me. You know, it's like, even the people that don't like certain things that I might have said or whatever, they're gonna love something else that I say. I got YouTubers that I follow, and when I first followed them, I'm like, yo, this nigga, I'm like, I don't like him. And then he posted something, I'm just like, oh shit, damn, I like this dude. You know what I'm saying? So it's only a matter of time. Now, everybody not gonna like everything you say.
No, they're not. I think the last thing about the police, I think what a lot of people have to realize is that you most likely you're not. I think 90% of the time you're not gonna win right there. A lot of the times you gotta take that ticket and go to court. I know us as men and black men, we don't want to go to court. Like, I didn't do nothing. You have no right to stop. Listen, a lot of times you gotta get that ticket. Right. No problem, officer, and just you go fight that in court. You got your dash cam, you got your camera on. Take it to court.
That's it.
To avoid any further actions, because sometimes you get some people that's just they're crazy. You know, cops are human beings too. They're crazy, right? So glad that you came out with that. How do you feel about you know, I'm actually tired of saying R.I.P. Young Dolph, right? Am I saying his name right? Young Dolph?
Mm-hmm.
You did a video on him, right?
Yes.
He was killed yesterday.
Yes.
He was killed, right? He was shot yesterday. And today was a memorial. Same area. Someone came back over and shot another man that was at the memorial. What are your thoughts on the concerning with that, right? What are you concerned with the black on black crime?
I feel like, yo, let me not even start with I feel like. What it is spiritual war. You feel me? It's spiritual war. We got all this foul music. We got all this foul food. We got all this foul content. You know, it's like it's a spiritual war. You know, and I feel like, you know, it's like it's so complicated. It's like, how do you even explain it? Like, even coming from it, it's like I never understood it as a child. I just know we had to do it to not, you know, to like as children, we thinking about living another day. Like, that's just crazy now. Like, just thinking about it, you feel me? Like, thinking about hurting somebody else's kid, bro, like in a very bad way, so I can get to school.
And this is not like, you know, you're defending yourself. You come across people you don't like, and it happens right there. Right. These people are going out of their way to hurt people. And it's like,
and it's just like it's a memorial. You get what I'm saying? Like, he was more than a rapper. Like, he was a real pillar in that area. You get what I'm saying? Like, he helped a lot of people. He put a lot of people on. He gave a lot of people hope. Like, hope don't come to Memphis
Not at all.
often like that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it don't come and it don't be around like that. You feel me? It's like I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people in Memphis that you know that Memphis loved them. Like, of course, just like Brooklyn. But it's like even with Brooklyn, you know, you got certain people that, you know, they really make an impact of Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of people that's loved, but there's certain people out there that they make an impact. Like he was out there to, you know, for his annual Thanksgiving giveaway, you know, so that alone just tells you about his character. You feel me? Like a lot of artists not doing that now. Like I'm just telling you, unless their label tells them it looks good, you know, but
another
he was doing
reason
that on
too
his
is like,
own.
you know, come back to the hood for what? To help people? I'm gonna get shot. This is for giving out turkey.
Right.
This is for he was trying, I don't know. I learned more about him after his passing. So I can't say anything the negative stuff. If there's any about him, I don't know gang, I don't know any of that stuff. But I know when he died, he was in the process of doing something good. Not only that, but also in the store, there was 2 workers there. They don't have nothing to do with the situation. And you just shooting off. I think one thing too is that because there's a lot of, especially in New York City, there's a lot of the youth are killing each other. Parents need to be held accountable.
Absolutely.
I think parents there's no way a 14-year-old is out 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
You know, so I think parents need to be held a lot more accountable. And I think once you start holding the parents accountable, you start to find out that the city is failing. There's a lot of parents that are filing police reports, a child being missing. They're not even looking for the kids and say, no, this is the 13th time he's out with his homies.
Right.
And by law in New York City, they can't do nothing.
Right.
You know, repeated offenders. It's really
crazy.
it's really getting bad. Are you familiar with the 1994 crime bill?
With the 1994 crime bill?
Yeah, 3 strikes.
I'm familiar with it, but I'm not familiar with it enough to actually speak on it accurately.
Do you believe we need a new type of crime bill? Definitely not in the same manner. Crime bill.
Can you break down the crime bill for me?
Crime bill is what Joe Biden came up with it. It's 3 strikes you're out, right? So 3 violent crimes, you got like 20, 40, you got a long, probably almost life, you know.
Right.
So if you sold 3 at that time, nickel bagged, right? You sold 3 nickel, you got caught 3 separate times with nickel bags. There's people still in jail for selling weed that's currently legal. They're still in jail for selling no violent. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
I think that's absolutely extreme. But do you think we need a new type? Because it's crazy.
Absolutely. I think with time, crime changes. Crime only adapts. So we can't really use the same jurisdiction of law for crimes, because it's like it just seemed like now certain things are geared towards certain people, you know, and it's just like, yeah, I mean, certain things ain't that serious. Like it's like weed is legal in a lot of places, but if you get caught in a Commonwealth state where they not doing that, you go and do some time, and it's just like
the same type of weed. Yep.
Something is legal in the same country, not even the. You know what I'm saying? Like not even the same continent, but the country. Like I mean, I could drive there, and now it's illegal.
Yeah,
that don't make no sense, you know. But
yeah.
You know, forcing people to take shots so they can keep their job is perfectly legal. You know, I don't understand things like that. You know?
Yeah.
So they need to definitely revamp that bill.
Yeah,
they got a lot of people right now doing time for extremely petty crimes for things that they were accused of that they never did. They just can't afford a lawyer. Their families just owned them. You know what I'm saying? It's just like even with the pardon jump over, like they pardon rappers. You know, like entertainers, like there's a lot of other people that was pardoned, but it's just like it's so many other people that could have been.
What about the people that didn't do any violent crimes? What about all the people that didn't do violent crimes?
That's exactly
20 years,
what I mean. Absolutely.
Non-violent crime.
Non-violent crimes. Multiple
rappers out.
They're in cages with very violent people. Now they're adapted. Now they're catching multiple offenses within jail because they're trying to survive, or because they got stuck in the system that told them, I'm not going to slap you on your hand. I'm going to ruin your fucking life because this is a Tuesday and I had a bad day Me and my wife is just arguing, and I come up here and I see your black face sitting right in the stands. So I'm gonna ruin your day. You know, so it's like that's how I truly look at it. You know, that's why
like
I try
in most
my
states
hardest
you
to
get less
avoid any
time.
situation.
In most states you get less time for rape than murder.
It's crazy.
You know, and I'm like, you know, rape you should be there a lot longer, but you know, so we're gonna leave it like that. So let me ask you, right? What
That shit should be
city?
life. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what city or state you won't live in the
What
United
city or
States?
state? What?
You won't live in.
Oh, you're trying to get me in trouble. Oh, what city or state I won't live in? Let's think. I gotta think of a place I ain't gonna never go because niggas gonna want smoke.
I mean,
Nah,
for me personally,
where would you never go or never
live? I mean, Chicago. I mean, Chicago, Illinois. Right now, Chicago, Illinois, and probably I wanted to move to Arizona, but the air quality is one of the worst. You know, but Chicago, Illinois, the crime rate is. I have cousins over here. It's yeah. It's, if anything gets worse than New York City, I can't do it, man.
Right. You know what place I would never live? Wyoming.
Wyoming? Why is that?
I can't do that shit. I can't do it.
You want to say
I
why?
can't do it. Like, There's a lot of places I don't want to live, but I might have to visit there one day. You never know. Like how. So I'll be careful. But Wyoming, nah, I'm good. Like I'm good. Like it's just like I don't know how the population looking out there. Like I don't know. Like
yeah, man. So this is called the hot seat. Okay, the hot seat. I ask you some rapid questions, and you just you can use. You're supposed to use one word to answer the question. Don't think.
Okay.
All right. So, Brooklyn or Texas?
Brooklyn.
Hot or cold?
Cold.
Home cooked or fast food?
Home cooked.
Blue pill or red pill?
Red pill.
Which community? Wait 1 second. Oh, which community has more privilege? The black community or the LGBTQ?
Oh, the alphabet people.
Okay. Women wearing bonnets in public.
Bold.
Martin Luther King or Malcolm X?
Oh. See, on Mondays I feel like Malcolm X. On Fridays I feel like Martin Luther King. Both.
Plastic water bottle or box water?
Box water.
I seen your rap video. See, I watched your videos, man.
Yeah.
You know, Biggie or Tupac?
Biggie.
Okay. House or apartment?
House.
Marriages are more successful if married under 30?
You gotta ask me that one more time. That's a good ass question.
Marriages are more successful if married under 30?
Marriage and more successful or married under 30?
Yeah.
Oh, marriage and more successful.
Okay. If women obey their husband, there'll be less divorces.
Damn, that's a tricky one. I want to say yeah, but a lot of men don't know how to get their woman to obey. You feel me? So that's a tricky one. But yeah. So yeah. Because at the end of the day, they got it. Yeah. So yeah.
Marriage is just a legal contract. There's really nothing to it. Just a legal contract.
Oh yeah. It's just it's with the papers of it, but the actual act of a marriage, you're building a covenant under God, I believe. So yeah, but the ring is the actual action, the sermon, whoever you got speaking. But that paper, that's all transactional.
Reggie Miller or Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan.
Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan? We're just talking about basketball, not the legacy, just the basketball, just playing.
That's hard. I want to say Jordan because Jordan Jordan is the greatest of all time. But I gotta say Kobe because, you know, I got to see more Kobe play. You know what I'm saying? I had to keep it real with myself. You know, I know Jordan's legacy. That's why I always ride with Jordan. Man, but Kobe, I wasn't even interested in basketball like that when I was young. But Kobe played at my house was cool.
1-on-1, Kobe Bryant or Iverson in their prime?
Oh, Kobe.
Kobe versus Allen Iverson, 1-on-1?
Yeah, Kobe.
Yeah.
For sure.
In their
Guaranteed.
prime, Patrick Ewing or Shaquille O'Neal?
Oh, shit. Shaq.
With Patrick Ewing?
Yeah, Shaq.
In his prime? Yeah.
Shaq in his prime. You got to remember, man, the Knicks is my favorite team. Your boy missed that. So I got to go with Shaq. Shaq actually got some rings.
Cheeseburger or hamburger or pizza?
Damn. Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger, okay. Sweet potato or yams?
Yams.
Yams, okay.
Yeah, the yams.
Democrat or Republican?
None of them.
None. If you had to choose.
Yo, you know it's crazy because I don't like the way the Democrats moving right now. I don't like the way the Republican, but I gotta go with Democrat though. I ain't gonna lie.
Why Democrat? Just the way everything's going?
Yeah, just the way, because you know it's crazy. The Republican Party was more so for us in the beginning, but it's like now it's like it's a little bit. But you know what it is? It's like the Democrats is playing now. It's like we had Obama, we had some good runs with Democrats. You know, it's like we had some cool Democrats, even if you ain't like them. They was, you know, but it's like now it's like the Democrats seem like the Republicans and the Republicans seem like the Democrats. It's a little confusing. I ain't gonna lie.
So, Black American or Black out of the country woman?
Oh, you trying to get me in trouble? I gotta go.
Okay, urban.
I gotta go with the women. I gotta go with American women because I feel like it's so many variety of Black women here. Like they slept on here. You know what I mean? We got the down south women. We got the up north women. I'm talking about like up north, like up there, like Indiana, all that. And we got the East Coast women. We got the West Coast women. It's like, man, it's just like, and then a lot of these women out here, it's like they come from different families, different backgrounds, different this. So even if they are African American, you know, like I met some African American women that can speak Creole, this and the third, and not Haitian, anything. They're just African American, you know. So, and they ain't nothing like that Southern food, man. Like, man, listen, yeah, I gotta give it up to the woman in the country. I love on my island and got them, you know, but I gotta give it up to, you know, Brooklyn girls, you know.
Brooklyn.
The Long Island pies, yeah.
Religion or spiritual?
Spiritual.
Spiritual, okay.
Even though, yes, I am of faith, but I do practice religion, but it's definitely spiritual. Got to be spiritual. You got to understand what's going on. Can't just be a robot, because you could say religion and your religion might be some other shit. You know what I mean? I know people that got religions that pray to cats. You see it all over YouTube. So, you know, spiritual.
Yeah. All right, man. So that's pretty much about it. And I really appreciate your time. All right. So you gave me about a good hour and 10 minutes. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, I'll continue to watch your channel, man.
I appreciate you, man. And
Anything
I can't wait to see
any
your
last
content.
words?
We're going to build. This ain't the last time.
All right, brother. Take care, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.